Hello, everybody. Welcome. My name is Hannah Morgan, and what we're going to be talking about today are LinkedIn power moves, things that you can do to become a better user of LinkedIn and really let your background shine and attract recruiters. So, let us get started. This is what we're going to be talking about today. One of the things that I think a lot of job seekers fail to do is to announce their job search. And I want to make sure that you all don't miss that opportunity. And perhaps if you did miss that opportunity, what you want to say to really do make it easy for people to help you during your job search and announcement. We'll talk about maxing out skills and what you can do. But LinkedIn has a new feature that is rolling out to everybody called Job Match. So I'll give you a little preview of that. There are some other functions that LinkedIn has. So I want to talk to you about the I'm interested and meet the hiring team and people you can reach out to on LinkedIn. And finally, one of the best little known tools on LinkedIn is its practice interviews. So I also want to talk with you a little bit about that. So I'm going to bet that perhaps some of you have turned on the Open to Work banner, whether publicly or privately, so only recruiters can see it, and you've made some sort of an announcement. But did you really provide the information that was going to be helpful for somebody to be able to know what kind of work you're looking for? Here's an example of LinkedIn's default messaging when you turn on the Open to Work. And it's very brief. There is that graphic at the bottom, but it's just saying I'm looking for a director or head, PMO. There's not a lot of information in there. Please feel free to get in touch if you know something that might be suitable. That leaves a lot of guesswork. So what if the thing to know is that turning on that hashtag open to work, using that hashtag in your announcement makes you a target. Hashtags are very easy to search on LinkedIn as well as other social media. And so while it used to be a good idea to make that your announcement or your profile searchable by using the hashtag open to work, it's now allowing people to target you. Bad actors, scammers are starting to target people who have that open to work hashtag in a post. So you can use the graphic open to work banner, but I don't recommend at this point in time using the open to work hashtag to avoid being a target of spam. So in this example that we looked at above, or in general, other examples, and people are oftentimes too general or vague. I'm seeking marketing roles. Well, that doesn't really help. And so you might find or think that it is limiting, but you can list a variety of different job titles that would be a suitable match. So instead of saying marketing role, saying looking for senior digital media marketing manager or digital strategy consultant positions. And then they go on to say in tech or sustainable industries with a focus on growth marketing and customer acquisition strategies. So this is really specific. It's the type of job titles or a couple of different job titles this person is targeting, their preferred industries, and the ideal projects of area of work they're interested in, growth marketing and customer acquisition strategies. So being specific is better than being vague. People now know exactly what you're looking for, and they're not going to give you a job that's probably not going to hit the mark. Rather than just saying I have experience in marketing or experienced marketing professional, what if you were to go one step further and talk about the impact that you had, increased marketing ROI by 45%? List, instead of being general, that a great collaborator and successful career, why don't you specifically state some of your key professional achievements utilizing value, numbers, percentages, dollar volume? Sometimes your impact or the things that you've done are quantifiable. If you can't give a precise number, give some sort of a time frame or a percentage or some sort of a meaningful impact. Here's an example of someone who did a lot to really showcase what they're looking for, how people can support them or help them. And as you notice, this is a longer post. It's probably close to the full 2,000 characters, but somebody reading this is not going to read it all line by line. They're skimming it, looking for somebody in your audience is looking for ways they can help you or more information that makes it easier for them to help you. So here, this is one example of a better announcement that you are open to work. So I mentioned earlier, but you want your announcement to specify your geographic and work preferences. Are you remote, hybrid, in office? Are you willing to relocate? Are there specific geographic regions that you know you want to work in? You should specify all of that in your announcement. And have a clear call to action. You know, some of the best marketing practices are not to have multiple calls to action, to have a single call to action. Maybe you have two, but here are some different examples of calls to action that you could utilize. What we know is that when you have just a text post on LinkedIn, it does not perform as well or reach as many people as a post with an image. So you might want to add a headshot or consider adding a custom graphic or professional headshot that you have updated in a tool like Canva, which is free. So, you know, if you go in there and you're confused, it might take you a little bit of time, but maximizing your announcement with a tasteful professional graphic can get you more views. And that's part of what you're looking for. So here's an example of a longer announcement and all of the information that could be provided. There might be parts of this that you don't need to specify or haven't quite figured out yet, and that's okay. Put in as much detail as you can. So here is the challenge for you all if you're watching this. If it's been a while since you've announced your job search, why not reintroduce yourself using some of the information from the templates and examples that we looked at today? The other thing to think about and to know, whenever you post something on LinkedIn, only a small percentage of your network is going to see what you post. Even more important to note is that not everyone logs into LinkedIn every day. So if you did make a post announcement yesterday and only 5 people commented on it, don't give up hope. Just know that it might take a bit of time, but that might be the most activity your post is going to see because LinkedIn's algorithm is not going to show it to everybody in your network. So the things you can do to get better amplification of your post is to be responsive when someone leaves a comment or reposts your announcement. Specifically in the first hour, you want to respond to that, either by leaving a public comment, or if you want to reach out privately, that's a really nice way of showing that person that left the comment or reposted it that you are sincere and you care. So LinkedIn is not the only place you can share your announcement that you are open to work. You could do this on other social media platforms where you are active and professional. So it might be Facebook, it might be Instagram. You've got a whole host of other friends and colleagues and acquaintances out there. Why not let them know the same information? Let's talk about maxing out your skills. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but LinkedIn used to have a limit of 50 skills that you could have in your profile. You now can have up to 100 skills. And so that's a huge game changer. Some of the skills that you may have had in there before may not be as current as the skills that are available to you today. So it's worth going in and auditing the skills that you have in your profile, associated with your profile, and refreshing it, adding new skills that are now more relevant to where you are in your career and that are better skills. So LinkedIn has two different types of skills. The explicit skills, and those are the ones that come up when you add a skill and you start typing it, and they're from the pull down menu, they make suggestions. Those are explicit skills. Those are in LinkedIn's massive database, and those are sort of the more commonly worded skills. But you can also have implicit skills, and that is underneath your experience and in your about section where you actually do the writing and you talk about the skills that you have with measurable results. When you write about those skills underneath your job, those are called implicit skills. And that's actually really valuable because recruiters don't want to just see what skills are listed in your profile. They want to see how you use them and to what degree. So you've got explicit skills from the database and the LinkedIn pull-down menu, and you have implicit skills. There's no limit on the number of implicit skills you can have in your LinkedIn profile. There is a number of limit to 100 explicit skills. So in your LinkedIn profile, I don't know if you've noticed this, but there is that top skills with a diamond next to it. I want you to make sure that the 5 skills that you have listed, go in there and edit your profile, that you have the 5 best skills that represent who you are at this point in time. And work-related skills, knowledge skills, industry skills usually work best. Those are the kinds of skills recruiters are looking for. Recruiters are not going to search for leadership or communication skills or marketing skills in general. They're going to look for more specific skills. So about section is one place. You also have the ability under every single job to list as many skills as you want. And think about the skills you have listed underneath your most recent job. Those are going to be the most important to recruiters who are looking to hire you. So make sure that the skills you have under each job reflect the skills that you used in that job and that are in demand. Then the final place that skills will always appear, the master list of all the skills you've used in your profile, is under the skills section, which is still there. So when you go to add skills, you can either add them under the particular section about or your experience, or you can add them in the skills section here. What LinkedIn is allowing us to do now is associate or tag the skills you used in certain jobs, which is really helpful to recruiters. And when you think about this, you want a blend of skills: industry knowledge skills, tools and technology, and interpersonal skills, but those will always be less important to recruiters. So when you're talking about implicit skills, the writing that you're doing where you're talking about the skill you used, those can go in the headline, in your about section, in your volunteer section, in your education section. All of those places you can list the different skills. Now let's take a quick look at what job match is. You may or may not have it yet. LinkedIn is rolling it out. So job match, whether you're a free user or a premium user, allows you to see how your skills and experience align with the job requirement. So you can get detailed match and summary of your qualifications and target opportunities where you're the best fit. What job match does not offer for the free users is any of the AI components. Here is, I am hoping you can see this, a quick idea of how this looks for a premium user. It shows you where your experience aligns and where your experience match up. So when you go to the Jobs tab, it gives you the opportunity to specify your preferences. So you go to the Jobs tab, and then over on the left-hand side, you will see a menu with Preferences, My Jobs, My Career Highlights. I want you to click on the Preferences, and I want you to make sure that you have reviewed and completely answered and filled out all of these preferences. It makes sense to have a resume on file here for you to either send if needed or to give access to recruiters. And let me talk about that for a second. One of the things that LinkedIn Preferences allows you to do is to upload resumes so that recruiters can see, and can save resumes and application data. I've turned on both of those. What this means is when you share your resume data with recruiters, that means that the content information in your profile, in the resume that you've uploaded, is also accessible to recruiters who can search LinkedIn for different functions and skills. So if you want to and you're comfortable with it, you can upload up to 5 different resumes into your LinkedIn profile to represent the different types of jobs you're looking for. And all of those could be searchable by recruiters. People who have the recruiting software package, which is not everybody. So more along the line, more info about your job preferences, please. You can specify up to 5 different job titles that you are interested in. Use all 5. And make sure that you choose the 5 that are best aligned with what you want to do with. This is going to hopefully help LinkedIn serve you up better jobs. When I look at a job posting, you can identify skills, and this isn't true on every job posting, but it's true on a lot of them. If you look underneath the salary status of the job, you will see in this particular instance that I match 2 of 10 skills match, and it shows the 2 that I match, which was a little alarming for me because I have been in career job transition space for a long time, so I was really curious to see what skills I was missing. These skills, the 10 skills that are in this job posting, were put in there by a person at the company that put this job posting together. So they have identified those 10 skills as being important. If you click on that 2 of 10 skills match, it will show you which skills you have or which skills you don't have. So that is one way to easily build out your skills and make sure that you have the right skills for the right kind of work that you are looking for, is to look to see those job postings that have skills match listed, and then click on that to see which ones you need to add to your profile. And here's an example. When I clicked on it, those were the skills that I didn't have out of the 10. Communication, coaching, decision-making, Zoom, computer literacy. None of those I consider to be really all that important. I could add coaching and mentoring, maybe job coaching, but the other ones are not really that important. If I have extra skills and I need to include those, I might do that, but those are more of the interpersonal skills or less important skills in my opinion. Another place that you can go to find skills for the jobs you are targeting is LinkedIn's Career Explorer. And I've listed in the bottom right-hand corner here, LinkedIn. It's a GitHub site, which means LinkedIn is using this site based on all the LinkedIn profile data, and it's compiled it to make it easier for you to identify the skills that you might have, the skills you have in relation to the jobs you are targeting. So I entered the job title Relationship Manager. That's close to what I'm looking for. And so LinkedIn serves me up 101 job matches that are similar to Relationship Manager. And it shows me by the skills match. So in this case, Business Operations Manager, it shows my profile as having a 50% match. It tells me where skills I have overlap in Relationship Manager and Business Operations Manager, but it also shows me skills to build, business operations, operations management, business process improvement, cross-functional. Those are skills that are not in my profile that maybe should be in my profile, and if I have them, right, we're not going to lie. So that is one way to come across additional skills that you may want to be adding to your profile. Now, because LinkedIn's Career Explorer is using your profile for this information, you can review job postings by clicking on that bottom of the button, or you can find your connections on LinkedIn who have a Business Operations Manager job title or who can talk to you about that, who are close to that role. So it's a really powerful part of LinkedIn, and you can't find it from the LinkedIn site itself. You have to go outside to linkedin.github.io/career hyphen explorer forward slash. So that's where you're going to need to go. The thing that you don't have available to you as a regular free user is stand out to the employer by making this job a top choice for you. If you have premium, you can select this option so that the employer sees that this job is a top choice for you. There is a limit, and at this point I can't remember what the limit is for the number of jobs you can choose this for, but it is a way for you to signal to the recruiter, hey, I'm really interested in this job, if you are a premium subscriber. Let's talk about the I'm interested, which is another way to signal to recruiters you are interested in. So you can show you're interested in working for a company in two different ways. One, on the company page on LinkedIn, on the company's LinkedIn page, or two, in the job posting. So if you are interested in working with that company in the future, go ahead and select that button in either one of those two places. And if you have a target list of companies, that might be the first action that you end up taking, is going to each one of the company pages on the target companies you are looking for and indicating that you are interested in working for that company. This does signal to recruiters that see in their back end behind the scenes that you have expressed an interest in working for their company. So I mentioned target companies, but I want to take another minute to expand on it a little bit more. Having a target list of companies has always been a smart move. It becomes incredibly important right now in a tight market where you're not seeing as many jobs posted. Having target companies means that you have a list of companies that you are interested in working for who may or may not have jobs available right now, publicly posted. Doesn't mean they're not hiring. It doesn't mean they won't be hiring. But at this point in time, these are companies that you are interested in working for. So I would recommend selecting I'm interested so that they can see that. The other thing that you can do is begin doing research on LinkedIn in those target companies to see what first or second level connections you have and begin having conversations with them. Having target companies gives you focus in the outreach that you are doing, so it's more targeted, less scattered. There are two other things that are in the job posting that I want to draw your attention to. One is meet the hiring team. And the other is people you can reach out to. Again, sometimes we don't spend enough time really scrolling through the LinkedIn job postings, but they can be a goldmine of information. So when you see the meet the hiring team, that is 99.9% of the time, I've not seen anything else, the recruiter or the human resources or talent acquisition people in that company. Who have posted the job, right? They're important people, don't get me wrong, but they are not actually the ones doing the hiring. They are the people doing the screening that will ultimately go to the decision maker or the hiring manager. So just know there is a little bit of a difference there in the terminology. There's nothing wrong with reaching out to the hiring team, in this case, Rebecca, but imagine you and everybody else is doing that, she might get a little overwhelmed. Just saying, it's worth a try. Don't not do it. The other thing I think has even a greater value is seeing the list of first connection people that you know inside the company. In this case, there are 3 people that I know who work for this company, so I'm going to apply online if I need to. I'm also going to reach out to those 3 people really quickly and start asking them to have a conversation because there's a job that I'm really interested in and I want to apply, or I've just applied and I'm looking for their insight. You could do this the other way around because in some instances companies offer referral bonuses, and if you've already applied on your own, you may not be eligible to get that get the referral bonus. from the employee. So they might not be able to get the bonus. So whichever way you work it, I think my point here is it's really important to use the people you know inside the company to get more information. That's how you're going to use them, to get more information. Um, so you only will see those two features, the people you can reach out to or meet the hiring team, if the company has turned them on their in their job post, or if you have first reconnection. Now we're moving into the LinkedIn practice interview, one of the best tools that people don't know about. It's been around for quite a while. It's called LinkedIn Interview Prep. You can get there. You used to be able to get there through your profile, and I can't seem to find that anymore. It used to be under the jobs tab. But if you go to linkedin.com/interview-prep, you will find it. What it does is very similar to all the other AI tools out there. It will ask you a question, you record it on screen, and it will provide you with AI feedback. There are different categories of jobs, like in this screen that you're seeing are the 26 common questions, but they have questions for leadership, they have questions for marketing roles, they have questions for tech roles. Practice those questions and unlimited practice. With the free user, you get AI feedback. If you want other kinds of feedback, you can pay for that through and want to see what other people have suggested for answers. You would, from the premium, you get other feedback. But the free version is just fine. It gives you enough information. What's important is that you carve out time to actually practice answering interview questions out loud and record them, because that is going to give you a real sense of how you sound and how you come across when you answer questions. So, as I said, now is the best time to begin practicing before you get into the interview process. One thing that you can't control is your qualifications. The other thing you can control is how confident and prepared you are for interviews. And I can bet that if you practice a couple of hours a day, even 1 hour a day, once a week, you're going to be more skilled at interviewing than those people who are not practicing. A lot of people just don't take the time. But you are here, you are listening, and you are practicing. So if it's been a while since your last interview, now is the time to start practicing. There are other ways people can find you, or you can find people in your industry and occupation. If you attend any of the LinkedIn events, whether it is an audio or a LinkedIn Live video event, you have it over in the right-hand side, there are comments, but there's also a networking tab that shows how you are connected to people who are registered in attending that call. It's a great way to meet new people. So imagine attending live events related to your industry or occupation. Attending job search live events is fine, but it's not quite the same as you're not guaranteed to meet the same people with the same interests that you have. So where can you meet people? Webinars related to your industry or occupation, LinkedIn groups, even university and company alumni groups, professional associations, industry events, even your LinkedIn home feed, newsletter and publications by industry thought leaders, meetups. My words of encouragement for you are to begin learning who the movers and shakers are, who the influencers are, what publications, where are people in your industry going to stay up to date with knowledge and trends. That's what you want to be doing. So you're doing two things here. One, you're updating your knowledge and skills, but you're also engaging and interacting with people who have similar career interests. One of the other tools people don't know about, and it's out there, LinkedIn's Find Alumni. If you go to your school's school page, you will see that there's a tab with alumni, and you can sort and filter alumni by where they work, where they live, what skills they have, what jobs they hold. It's a really powerful way. And what we have found, not just me, but many people love to connect with alumni no matter what year it was. So if you're a fresh graduate and you're looking to connect, Mention the fact that you both went to the same school and you might have even had the same major, who knows, and that you'd love to connect because they are in an occupation that you greatly admire. Same thing is true if you've been in a job for a long time, you're more seasoned. Connect with some alumni that graduated around the same time you did or who live in the same area that you do and see with similar job titles. It's a great way to build a connection. It's an easy way to build a connection. The other way you can find people who are talking about topics that you're interested about is good old search bar on LinkedIn. If you put growth in payroll services businesses and I search by posts in the past week and I select those filters, it's going to show me companies and people that are talking about growth in payroll services business, right? And if that's something that I'm interested in, I'm going to be able to get an idea. Okay, Moon Recruit Professionals. So maybe they're recruiting for people that I might want to and I might want to reach out to them. And who are the people commenting on these posts? Are they job seekers? Are they businesses? Do I know about these businesses? So don't be afraid to go down a couple of rabbit holes to identify people talking about topics that are in your area of expertise. And LinkedIn, follow versus connect, in case you haven't figured out. Some people have turned it on so that you can't connect with them, you can only follow. But it makes more sense to follow strangers. Once you've commented and they've engaged with you, then send them an invitation to connect. It's still a little strange to connect with people you have no idea who they are and they don't know who you are. You can certainly try it, but I think it's better to follow and comment so that they recognize your name before you send them an invitation to connect. Does it take longer? Yes. Are you likely to get better results? Probably. One of the things that makes LinkedIn so powerful is the engagement. So you want to train the LinkedIn algorithm to give you more of what you engage with, more of what you like. So only comment or like posts by people and on topics that you are interested in, and you will see more of that person's posts, and that is what you want. So oftentimes we come across a post that is just crazy and we click on it and we read the comments. Well, you've just signaled to LinkedIn, oh, you like that. And in fact, you don't like that and you don't want to see more of that. So if there is something that is going on that you don't want to read about, then keep scrolling, keep scrolling. But if you do want to signal to LinkedIn that you like it, comment and give it a like. The other thing that you still have access to is My Network, the My Network button at the top of your menu bar on LinkedIn. Don't forget to go in there once in a while and congratulate people on job changes and birthdays and work anniversaries. It's a great way for you to stay connected or reconnect with people that are in your network. It takes 2 minutes for you to send a personalized message. There is a secret to saving a search so that you can find the post by people that you are looking for. I'll cover that in another video. Kevin Turner has also addressed that. You want to be proactive. You want to attract your ideal opportunity. You want people and recruiters to find you because of your area of expertise and the work that you've done. And that is why being active is so important. Use email instead of LinkedIn messaging to ask for a conversation. If you want to meet with somebody, LinkedIn is easy, but it's not often read, and it's often hard for people to find messages in LinkedIn. So if you are trying to reach out to somebody and you want to have a conversation, don't rely on LinkedIn messaging. I know that was one of the benefits, and a lot of people felt they wanted to pay for the premium so they could have unlimited messaging, but you're almost better off sending an email because everybody checks their email. So when we talk about the 4 steps to make LinkedIn work better for you, know your target audience, know what's important to them, max out the skills you know they are looking for, use all the LinkedIn features that are available to you, engage purposely, and show up consistently, whether that's weekly, every day, whatever works for you. Build time into your schedule to be there and to be engaged and posting and a known resource. And that, my friends, is the conclusion of today's presentation. I want to thank you all for being here and for being part of this quick video to give you more insight and expertise. And so if there are any questions that I can answer for you, please don't hesitate. I look forward to you following me on any of these channels and engage. Leave a message, leave a comment. Thanks so much for being here. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.